School is back in session. As we enter Mrs. Gaynor's classroom, Maya discovers a social media rumor about her has gone viral.
Why are they saying such mean things about me online?
Maya, what's wrong? Is everything okay?
I'm being cyberbullied, Mrs. Gaynor.
Oh no, it looks like your phone has been hacked into and it's going viral.
This is embarrassing. I just want to go home.
Hold on 1 second, Maya. I'm calling Major Payne.
Hello, Mrs. Gaynor. How are you doing? What? Hacked. Sergeant, be safe. Get to the school and figure this out.
10-4, Major. Cyberbullying won't happen on my watch. We need to track the culprit down. Come on, Captain Chaos.
Let's go.
Sergeant Be Safe is here.
Hello, officers.
Hello. Let me see your phone, Maya. Oh, this is no good, Captain Chaos. There's only one social media mastermind that I can think of that's behind this.
That's right. It has to be Chance Wilder. But how do we catch him?
Sergeant, be safe. Get the phone. Bring it back. Put it in evidence. Then we'll put it on the Bright Cell machine and get digital evidence.
With this new app everyone is signing up for, I'll be able to make them do destructive challenges. And once they're in trouble, they'll be under my control.
Sergeant Be Safe and his team use the Bright Cell machine and discover it has Chance Wilder's digital fingerprints all over it.
I'm set up! Ready to breach the door! Get ready! 3, 2...
Okay, class, it's time for lunch. Maya, hold your head up. Things will be okay.
This is the worst day of my life.
Don't sit at this table, Maya. Those things I saw in the app, it must be true.
Yeah, and to think, we thought you were nice and respectful.
Why did the math book look so sad? Because it had too many problems. Like you. Go away.
To be continued.
And that's your tip of the day to get you on your way.
How are you, Officer Shen?
Hi, officer.
The reason I pulled you over because you're speeding a little, okay?
Oops. Sorry, officer.
Alright. Can I see your driver license proof of insurance, ma'am?
I actually don't have that with me.
Okay, no problem. No problem. I'll just get your first and last name, okay?
Sure.
What's your first name?
Frida.
Okay, last name?
Go.
Go. Frida, go?
Correct. Thank you, officer.
Hey. Hi, how are you? That's fuck.
It work?
Radio 446.
Bruh. He had to drive. Oh. Oh, I can't breathe.
Radio.
He needs some milk.
He don't know I'm doing this shit.
Guy hit 3 cars in Los Angeles last night and tried to make a run for it, and now people are calling him gone in 60 minutes. But you gotta wait till the end to see why, because it's absolutely hilarious. And this is some of the wreckage from the car accident. It was so gnarly, it knocked the wheels off the car. There are no reports of any injuries yet, but he did make a run for it, and one of the victims tried to chase him down in his car. And here he is. But the clock was ticking for this guy, and it was at this moment that he probably realized he was in a world of trouble. Because Gone in 60 Minutes here had gotten his jeans caught on the fence. And a small part of me thinks that all fences are working for the police because more fences catch bad guys than police do. I don't think Buddy's getting away. Not only did the camera get his face, but all his other details as well. If I was the driver, I'd have a hard time being mad at him at this point. But what do you guys think about this?
Welcome to Black and Blue, the podcast that brings you the untold stories behind the badge. Every week at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we dive deep into the lives of our unsung heroes, the first responders and law enforcement officers who put their lives on the line to protect us all. So join us as we humanize the badge. We shed light on the incredible individuals who wear it proudly. From rookies just starting out on their journey to seasoned vets with years of experience, even retirees who continue to make a difference in their communities. Come with us and discover the trainings that mold us. The unforgettable experiences that make us. And the publications that inspire us to push forward. So buckle up and get ready to embark on a thrilling journey through the lives of those who protect and serve. This is the Heartbeat, Black and Blue. Black and Blue, where the stories behind the badge are true. Good evening, my Black and Blue crew. Thank you for joining this podcast. It's just for you. I'm your host. I am, what do you guys call it? Mr. Ecclesiastics 302, because sometimes I may need to be committed, but I am the coldest code switching detective that you guys know working all these cases and continuing law enforcement edutainment, spelled CLEE. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're streaming on 5 different platforms, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, 5. So make sure you hit the like button, tag, like, and share on each different platform, because we're on 2 platforms on Facebook, 2 on YouTube, 1 on LinkedIn, and I'm sorry, 6, because we're on Spotify as well. So make sure you subscribe to all that and share with your friends, because this is Black and Blue. The podcast is just for you, where we interview first responders and law enforcement officers in the profession, whether they're rookie, seasoned, or retiree. And we talk about their trainings, their experiences, and their publications, and we have fun doing it because it's a process of humanizing the badge. You know, Black and Blue is sponsored by One Way Publishing. One Way Publishing is the publishing company that produced that Sergeant Be Safe commercial cartoon that you saw at the beginning of this, and also the book publishing company where I got to write my 5 hard copy books, 2 digital copies, and they have clients that got to make their dreams come true as well, whether they wanted to write books on fiction, nonfiction, cookbooks, autobiographical, biographical, you know, whatever you may think you can do, One Way Publishing can get it done for you, because their process, they can turn a mere thought into a book that's bought. So therefore, it's right there. You see it streaming below, workbook.com. It's also in the comment section. We got a wonderful guest. We're going to be talking about leadership. He's also in the comment section as well. If you want to be a guest on this platform, make sure you hit up the website and fill out the application form format. It's real quick, real simple, real easy. You can be a guest and be featured on the platform. If you want to be a voiceover for the Sergeant Be Safe cartoon, let me know that as well, and we can get that thing done for you. This is live, so if you're looking for that shout out, make sure you put your name and where you're from in the comment section, and you'll get that shout out that you're looking for. Also, if you have a question, put that in the comment section and we'll address that as well. I see Seti P's on here talking about good evening, coach. Good evening to you. We got Tom Ehrt on here. Looking forward to this very much. Absolutely. We got a tremendous show ahead of you guys. I'm trying to speak very quickly so we can get to it, so we can get to the meat and potatoes. We got Shayla T on here talking about good evening. Thank you all for tuning in. Make sure you guys hit that like button for me so we can hit the algorithm. All right. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, again, I'm going to bring to you a special guest. A special guest on this platform. If I didn't already say it, we go live weekly at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and today's the day where we're going to go live. We got Matt Davis here. He's also a lieutenant with his current law enforcement agency, where he's got over 13 years of experience. He likes to talk about leadership and development. He likes to go ahead and harness and mold newer recruits into the leaders that they're supposed to be. He's the founder of True Bold LLC. We'll discuss that as well. And he's got his own leadership workbook, so you can strategically have a leadership guide to take you to where you are, to where you want to be. And he calls that the S.M.A.R.T workbook. And SMART is an acronym, and we'll jump all over those. We'll get right into that. But without further ado, I'm going to bring him to the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, give him a huge shout out. We got Matt Davis. Matt, are you there?
I'm here, Clee. How are you tonight?
I'm doing wonderful, Matt. I'm doing great. I hope you are too. I want to first say thank you for making yourself available, and I'm looking forward to having you here.
No problem. I'm excited to be here.
Perfect. Matt, can you tell us a little bit about yourself? Give us a little foundation on how you got into law enforcement and what gave you that burning desire to become a first responder?
Yeah. So my name is Matt Davis. I live in Colorado right now, a place called Centennial, which is just south of Denver. Mm-hmm. And I've lived here since 1998. And being a police officer is my second career. I actually went to a Citizens Police Academy at a local agency here in town, mm-hmm. In the small town that I work in. And I went on my first ride along, and I'm like, wow, I'm hooked. And since then, it took me, I had to lose some weight and get in shape to be able to pass anything. And it probably took me 3. I actually got a job, and I was self-sponsored through the police academy. Mm-hmm. And then once I got through the police academy, the current agency I'm at hired me, and I've been there for 13 years. And I progressed from just a patrol person all the way up to lieutenant now. And I'm, I love where I work, and I specifically love being in law enforcement. Mm-hmm. It's a great career.
Yeah. Thank you for that intro and telling us how you got where you came from and how and what got you here now. And in the process of that, being in law enforcement, wanting to be here and seeing the highs and lows of it, what got you into actually leadership development, and how important is it to you?
Well, when it got the leadership journey for me, Clee, has really been, I've had a really great career. I worked patrol, then worked undercover work, then worked through the point where you were through all these rotations, and it was like either you need to go back and push a radiator or you need to go to general investigations. I'd been lucky enough to work in special investigations, narcotics, organized crime work. So, at that point I was ready to put in to be a sergeant. And I don't think I knew what I was getting myself for. And when I got to be a sergeant, then around that time, about a year into that, then COVID hit. And, that changed policing in the world forever, basically.
Yes, it did.
That whole time frame. And during that time, right before that, I had gone to a leadership training class that's actually offered through the University of Denver here in the Denver metro area. Mm-hmm. And it's just for first responders. And during that class, I found out that I was a guy that got into law enforcement without a degree, with a lot of college credits, but never had completed anything. And taking that, that's okay. Taking that program, it really showed me that I had some real deficiencies when it came to my leadership and my leadership knowledge. I really wanted to badly be a negotiations sergeant because I had been a negotiator for 5 years. So I wanted to just roll in to be in the supervisor of the negotiations team. And they they said, hey, to prepare for that job, maybe you should look at this organization, which is FBI LEDA, and start taking some of their courses. Now, I don't know if you've taken any FBI LEDA courses, but they have tremendous current, like they're probably the most current training out there for leaders. And I'm a proud Trilogy member with them. And when I went to their first conference, it just opened the world up. It was much bigger than just the local Denver metro area and Colorado area. I got to meet a lot of people that I call mentors now and friends, to find out that policing is a lot bigger community out there, not just in the United States, but worldwide. Right. So, a lot of their training talks about how leaders are readers. And, during that, and then looking at COVID and looking at all the upheaval in the world, and even my children came to me and asked me to maybe rethink my career choices during the George Floyd situation. I just wanted to enhance my education. So I went back to school, and I'm currently in a joint dual program at University of Denver, actually, with leadership and organization. And then I'm taking a master's degree in organizational leadership with a focus on DEI and inclusion.
Yeah, so you're a very busy man, and you can tell you're passionate about not only leadership but law enforcement as well. And not only so because you're digging deeper into getting more education and leadership skills to be a foundation for others, so you can springboard them forward, catapult them forward. I know that's what I can feel it in you, because you're going to FBI LEDA classes. You're taking dual classes for college credits at the same time while still working, and that's not something easy to do.
Yeah, leadership has become my hobby. I do want to throw in there that during that time I was having a lot of it's World Mental Health Day today, and I had to reach out. Part of my story is I had to reach out for mental health help to be able to work through some things that I had a 20 plus year toxic relationship with myself. And I needed to work through that too. And that's sort of part of my leadership journey as well. So I'm also big on the wellness and taking care of yourself. And my real passion, and my company's slogan is to unearth the true boldness within. Once I started learning how to lead myself, I really unearthed that boldness within myself to be out here and be my authentic self, and out here and talking about leadership and asking people, why do we continue to do it this way? Why can't we find a better way, or a more inclusive way, or just a better way to represent ourselves as law enforcement and policing, so there's not this mystery out there. I think a lot of the we like to be we like to hold things close to the vest, and I think if we open up our doors and be able to look at people, actually look to see what we do, we're pretty good people. I agree, and we're helping the communities that we serve in real deep ways, and helping one another deal with some things that a regular person, wouldn't see or wouldn't have to deal with on a daily basis.
On a daily basis, I agree. Yep. Todd Arid, correction, I'm sorry, is in here. Lifelong learning is the cornerstone of leadership. You go, Matt. Absolutely. Absolutely. Speaking of wellness, speaking of DEI, speaking of being a peer EAP, how important is it for you, or do you see this as a goal to develop younger officers to be self-actualized? I'm sorry, took an allergy pill and I can feel the slurring right now. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I tried to get ahead of it before I could, before it started to take effect. But we talk about this on the platform. Self-actualization is the way to go, because if you know who you are, you know how you learn, with things that how to lead, you become a better leader and a mentor for someone else to follow. You give that person permission to become actualize themselves. I got it.
Right. I think you're right on with that, of just being, I always say that I want to be my authentic self, and not be afraid of that or be concerned about that. And you bring up that topic of DEI, and I know that that's a real polarizing topic with law enforcement in particular. But we need to have a conversation, because people are different. we ask a lot of open-ended questions as law as policing professionals, right? And we look at a lot of evidence, and we look at it all different directions, and we look for unique things. Well, what we're not willing to do is be our unique self, because we do put a uniform on that makes us look all the same. And there's people behind that uniform that put on that uniform, and we need to find a way to be our authentic selves. Just before coming on here, I was doing a training to some training officers at the current agency where I'm at. I'm providing them with some free training, and I had two of my teammates in there, and I go, what do we have? Instead of having, hey, this is going to be a hard conversation, when I bring people into my office to have a conversation with them, we talk about, we're going to have an authentic conversation. Let's authentically talk about, hey, you might not have done it this way. The way that policy says that we should do it, but there's no emotion there. I'm not upset at you, Clee, because you didn't do this. You shouldn't be upset at me, Matt, for having to talk to you about this, because this is how we fit together, and that's how we work as teammates. So I do believe heavily in self-actualization and being able to lead yourself. And the cornerstone of my mentorship that I'm trying to give to people is I really want them to live their dreams.
Yes.
Be who they want to be. And, we're not all Crockett and Tubbs. We're not all like name the great duo in the movies. We're just not going to be those people. We're going to be Matt and Clee, and we're going to have a different experience. And we need to be doing that healthy. Like as cops, we do some unhealthy things, especially when we get in a place where we don't know, because a lot of us struggle with some things about the things that we see and how we process those, and managing relationships with people that are also not in policing or not first responders. It's a challenging place to be.
Yeah, it is 100%. We see a lot of things that others don't quite often, and we have to learn how to process them and still be able to function to get through a career and not be toxic to ourselves or other people in the process of that as well. Got a comment on the floor by David Strewing. The beacon of light and leadership, Matt. Oh, I'm sorry. Be the beacon of light and leadership, Matt. Absolutely. And you already mentioned it, and we see it all over your t-shirt, and we see it scrolling below, ladies and gentlemen. It's also in the comment section. TrueBoldness.com is your LLC and also your website. If you go to the website, what kinds of things will we see or expect to get from True Boldness?
We have some documentation there about what we're about. We also have a free product, the S.M.A.R.T Leadership Guide, that it's also out on there. My big platform where I have the most traction is on LinkedIn. So that stuff is in my bio as well. And I have the same stuff there. I'm still working to build my website up to be able to provide all the services. But right now I'm offering mentorship services. So if you wanted to, if you hear something this and be like, hey, I maybe I want to be mentored by Matt, I'd love to be able to help people with that. The other thing is I have a 4-hour training that teaches people how to work through, establish their why, establish boundaries, and then be able to put a communication tool together